Hi Flosstube, it's Mary. Um, so I'm coming to you with kind of a combo video. It's January 2020, and because I didn't make a video since I think Halloween, I'm going to do a video that's combining my 2019 wrap up along with the 2020 stitching goals. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be fairly short and I won't ramble too much like I tend to do. I have been in one of my stitching frenzies lately and watching lots of Flosstube, watching lots of people, finding new ones, watching old favorites, and still learning new things. It's amazing, isn't it? Something like such a seemingly narrow subject with cross stitch that it would seem, there's so much more to learn. And I've been stitching for 30 years, over 30 years now, and I'm still learning new things and new tricks and tips, and it's just, I love it so much. I love all of you so much. My favorite right now is Sunshine Stitchers. If you haven't watched them, watch them because they're super fun. They laugh a lot. They have great projects to show, and they are in my home state of Florida. So I have to find an excuse. I live on the west coast of Florida. They live on the east coast. So I got to find an excuse to get over there and visit them because I really want to meet them and go to their store. They have a store and I don't have it written down. I think it's called like the Cross Stitch Cupboard. I hope I'm right. And lots of other floss tubers that I don't have written down, but I'm going to start to do shout outs starting next month. Hopefully I'll be more organized. And I won't be so disorganized, but unfortunately this video is disorganized, so my apologies up front. Hopefully it's fairly watchable. So 2019, I went on a new start frenzy. I started a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of stuff. I went a little crazy with the purchases. So I have some stuff to show. I have a haul to show you, and I have my starts to show you, most of them. For 2020, my goals are going to be not to buy stash except any floss colors that I need, or if I need more needles or whatever, what have you. I'm doing the Stitch from Stash that Stephanie runs on Facebook, and I've set a goal for myself of $5 a month, which is like, ooh, that's low for me, but I'm excited for the challenge, and I'm having to talk myself through every day when I see I'm obsessed right now with the fabrics, and so I actually have a number of fabrics coming to me still to look forward to, and I did sign up for the Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month Club, which I think it's the first year that they're doing that through them. And I had already signed up for that before I started Stitch from Stash, so I think I'm good on that. So with that said, I will still have some haul to show, hopefully, when the fabrics come in. And okay. So the first thing I want to show you, I'm going to try to put these on a back book, but I don't know if that's going to work. The whip that let's see. Okay, I'll show you the whips that I have right now, and then I'll go through haul and talk about plans. So in 2019, with all of my starts, I was scrolling along, minding my own business one day, and up popped the new Mirabilia. I think in August it was last year, and she was a violin player, and I was like, okay, I have to have her. That wasn't even like something to put on my list. I just ordered her like immediately from Sandra's Stitch Stash, and I started her pretty much as soon as I got her, but I was trying to find a good fabric. So I started her in September, and she is my main whip for January of 2020, and here she is. There's a lot of loose threads hanging. So I've got, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. I've got this part here that I'm working on mainly, the dress here. And as you can see, it's really close with the edge. This fabric is not serged, and I just put a fray, anti-fray, I forget the name of it, gel on there. I'm not sure how well it's going to work because it's just kind of only been there for a few days. So we'll see. But this is her so far. I modified some of the skin color so that I felt like it went together. I felt like some of it was a little dark in comparison to others. And there are a lot of mistakes in the dress. There's a lot of miscounts here. I heard somebody the other day say they're not mistakes, they're modifications. So I'm calling them modifications, my own variations. And so far, everything seems to be lining up. The folds, for the most part, look like they look on the picture. So hopefully it'll work out and I can just kind of fudge it to figure it out. So that's called Garden Prelude by Mirabilia. And I wanted a fabric on it because I'm not going to do the background. There's a background of flowers and arches here. And when I saw her, I pictured her, because her hair looks like it's blowing and her ribbons, I pictured her on a beach. Because I live in Florida and we have, where I live in Sarasota, it's a very we have a world-class symphony. I don't know if you know Itzhak Perlman, the violinist. He lives here in the winter. And so we have a lot of pictures of musicians on the beach here as like promotions and things. So anyway, I found this fabric. I looked and looked, and I found this one from Fabric Flair I got from Stitchery Express. And I ordered it on Lugana, and I'm not real sure that I'm happy with the way that it printed, because this really just looks like a gray thick line, and if it was more varied, kind of like it is here, I would be happier with it. But obviously I'm not going to change it now. I'm not going to restitch this, so it's going to have to do. So maybe when it's all finished, it will look okay. It's just not quite like I envisioned. And I wonder if instead of landscape, I should have gotten, like, I would have gotten it portrait and just bigger. Because I was thinking, because her dress goes out a lot, so I thought maybe that would be better. But I didn't expect the water to be that wide, so she's right up at the water. But that's okay. We'll see. So that's her. And then I started last month. My God, I've had this on my wish list on 123 Stitch for a while, and I found it on eBay for $2, the pattern for $2. So I snatched it up, and when it came, I started it for my Christmas whip. Oh, actually, that looks really nice on camera. Up close, I was kind of like, I don't know what it looks like. This is Kitten with Ribbon, and it's charted by Kustom Krafts, and it's a full coverage piece. This is the Christmas tree, and then there's a kitten down here that's batting some ribbon, and there's presents under the tree. So this is only like 3 weeks worth of stitching, and yeah, it's one of my new starts, and I'll probably put it away until next holiday season. I find it's darker than I expected it to be in the picture, from the picture, but hopefully once it's all done, it'll make more sense and you can tell what it is. I hope. We'll see. You just never know, you know? I mean, I've never done a Kustom Krafts before, but I really like how they seem to turn out, so I'm happy with that. I also started Harry Potter, the Cloudsfactory Giant Harry Potter, which I said I would never do, but we are huge Harry Potter fans, and I finally bit the bullet and just went ahead. I got the fabric. So this is how far I got on how far I got on Harry Potter. Let's see. So I did part of the frame and then the upper corner and down to about halfway, that part. And this is done on, and I apologize, obviously my camera is backwards. So obviously this is not right. It's when my phone reverses it. So, yeah. This is done on Picture This Plus Lugana 32 count in Legacy. It's going to be big, 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 because this is only halfway, so, and that's about half that way. So that's fun. I'm having a good time stitching on that one. What else do I have to show you? As far as starts, well, okay. Actually, I should have started with this, but I'll do it now. I think that's all I brought in as far as starts. I know I have more starts somewhere, but I will show you now my finishes, which I should have shown you first. Feel free to laugh with me at how disorganized I am, because I do. Okay, so finishes. This is a finish, and I had 2 finishes in 2019, which is huge for me because I haven't had a finish in many years. So I finished Medieval Lady by Joan Elliott back in July, and she is done on 32 count Lugana in Avalon from Under the Sea Fabrics, which is beautiful. The camera's not picking up all the different colors. It's very light, but it's basically a light blue, but it has some subtle modeling of yellow and pink and some light purples. So actually, I think you can kind of tell maybe if I open it up a little. Yeah, it's really pretty. And she's really pretty. I honestly have to say, I think the Medieval Lady is my favorite project that I've ever done so far. She was just, I loved working on her. I never got to the point where I felt like it was a chore. I was kind of sad that she was finished because I enjoyed her so much. And she has such pretty metallics and beading. She was my first beading. Never had beaded before. So that was a learning experience. Fun, challenging, but totally worth it. And I actually emailed Joan and told her how much I just love the project. That was my first Joan Elliott. So I'll definitely be doing more of her designs because she's a joy to stitch. And then my other one is a Nora Corbett. Sorry for the crinkling. And she is Minerva. She's another finish for 2019. And I just realized I missed a spot. So maybe she's technically not finished, but I'll finish her. I missed this little. I need to put some more teal in there. But she's another one that I loved stitching. The colors are just fabulous. And she also has the beading. And I did the moon with glow in the dark, the DMC. I want to say light effects. I don't know if that's the right name, but it's the glow in the dark one. And it does glow in the dark, which is fun. But it's a difficult thread to work with. It splits and it doesn't look very neat, or I didn't stitch it very neat. It doesn't lay as well as the cotton does. And the moon ended up bigger because I miscounted, and then I got like, it didn't look right. It looked lopsided, so I kept adding to it. It still looks a little lopsided, but I figured I need to finish or it was going to take over the whole project. So that's Minerva, and that's Nora Corbett, and that's stitched on 32 count linen by Picture This Plus in Murky. And I have a couple of the other Bewitching Pixies sisters that I want to do as well. So I plan to do that. And these beads, I don't know if my lighting is going to pick it up, but these teal beads are like one of my favorite things ever. They are so gorgeous. Yeah, it's not going to pick it up. They're just the prettiest color. Very shiny. Very beautiful. You can kind of see. Yeah, it's just really nice. So, okay. So there are my finishes. That got done. Now I will show you my haul. Which is a little overwhelming me now. And I need to do a lot of stitching before I buy more stuffs. So I went a little crazy on eBay. And I actually don't think it's all even here, but I picked up some Dimensions gold kits, which I love. That was one of my first loves in cross stitching, and I haven't done one of those in quite a while. So these are a couple that I got. I'm sorry for the glare. I've got a window open over there. This is Paris Market. Lots of flowers. French street. And then I got this one, which has always been one of my favorites. Kitty litter. Isn't that adorable? And this one So I've had my eye on this one for a while. It tends to run around $40, obviously, depending. And I found it on eBay without a picture, and it was spelled wrong. And it was like $12. And I was a little iffy because no picture, wrong spelling. The description was kind of not very detailed. But the seller had 100% feedback, and she'd sold a number of cross-stitch kits before. So I took a chance, and I bid on it, and I won it for $12. And I got it, and it's complete and unopened. So I really lucked out with that. That is fun when you find a treasure like that. For like a third, fourth almost of the price. I picked up a couple of wolf kits, which aren't normally my thing. This is a Dimensions kit, not gold, I guess, called In Harmony of Wolves Howling. And I also grabbed this one. These are all eBay purchases. I grabbed this one, Winter Wolves, which is a gold petite. And the reason that I bought these wolf ones are that my son he went to this really cool wilderness school for a couple of years, and every year they do an auction, and the stuff sells for like thousands and thousands of thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's going to help this program for boys. So they were such a blessing to our family. And people make things or they donate things, and then they're auctioned off. And I mean, there was a quilt that went for like $20,000, and a hat. Somebody bought a hat, like just a baseball cap with a logo on it for $10,000, $12,000. I mean, stuff was like tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, they would have donated anyway, but it's fun. So my son said, well, why don't you stitch something? So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I would have to frame it and then donate it. And what if it I'm like, what if they bid like $5 on it? Then I would feel bad. I don't know. I'm sure that wouldn't happen because I didn't see that happen to anything, even like little spoons and stuff. So just as long as people appreciate how long it takes, because I gifted some stuff last year and people had no concept of like the work that goes into it and the time that goes into it. And so I kind of I've gotten kind of leery of doing that, but whatever. And then I got this kit from 123 Stitch when I ordered some fabrics because I love this. It's a gold petite from Dimensions called A Kiss for Snowman. Isn't it sweet? Look at the little girl. She's so sweet. She reminds me of my daughter. So I really like that. And then I got this one, which was also a really good buy. I don't think I would normally have bid on this, but it was started at like 99 cents and it went up to about 15 and change. And it's called Cherry Blossom Creek. And it looks very similar to another kit that I have in my stash called Japanese Garden that has a creek and a bridge and some pink cherry trees. So, I mean, but it's pretty. I don't see this one very often. So, there's that one. And then, let's see. let me put that one with this one. Okay, so. Oh, this is another one that I worked on in 19. But I really haven't added much to it since I last showed it. It's a Disney castle. It's an Etsy design from Mandarink's design. And it's a Cinderella castle at Disney World. But I haven't put much in on that one. So, lately. So, fabrics. I've been obsessed with fabrics. And I ordered some samples because Flosstube is nothing if it's not a great enabler. So watching Lindy Stitches, I was watching her video about Picture This Plus fabrics, which is my favorite. If you haven't watched her video on Picture This Plus on her collection, go watch that right now because it shows the different colors and it's really great for that. So anyway, I watched that and she said she gets the small pieces of Picture This Plus. She'll throw a sample in her cart when she orders from them. It's like $5 or $6. And it gives her an idea. So she's not spending a bunch of money on bigger pieces and then not it not being the right color for her. So I thought that was a great idea, and I've been doing that. Every time I have an excuse to order something, even if it's just some floss or beads or something, I'll put in a piece that I have on my wish list to see what it looks like. And so I have a cool fabric stash, and then I get them out and look at my pretties. So what I ended up with was, I'll show you them. Hopefully the camera will pick up the colors. We'll see. This is 32 count Belfast linen in Jazz from Picture This Plus. Oh yeah, the colors pick up pretty well. It's a blue, light to medium blue with purple splashes. Jazz in Belfast. Then I have 32 count linen in Murky. Murky you saw with the second finish I showed you, the Bewitching Pixie Minerva. That was Murky. Here's another piece of Murky. It's great for Halloween designs. It's brown with dark charcoal gray splashes on it. And I got a piece of feldspar, which, actually this isn't the same. Okay. Feldspar, and this is also 32 count Belfast linen. It's really pretty. It's like a blue-gray, and it's got splashes of kind of a peachy pinky kind of look. Yeah, it looks kind of peachy. And honestly, I can't remember now, but I bought a piece for, I think it was a different, actually, colorway. Well, it might have been this one. I bought one because I have a pattern I want to do that has silhouettes on it, and I want it to kind of look like a landscape, like a mountainy kind of thing behind it, so I don't have to stitch that. So I can't remember if that was the one I got for that or not. And then I got Tarnish. Yeah, actually I think it was. I get Tarnish, and this is also, it doesn't say it on their label, but this is also Belfast, 32 count Belfast. Tarnish is a gray, blue-gray. And I want to do the Mirabilia Emerald Mermaid on this. Thought that would be a nice background for her. Obviously not this piece, because this is just a small piece. I would get a bigger one. And then I have 28 count Barnwood. This is Lugana from Picture This Plus. These are all Picture This Plus so far. And it's brown, pretty brown, dark brown. This one I got because one thing I've been wanting to stitch eventually is the Let's Go on an Adventure from Frosted Pumpkin stitchery that has the different countries and the little characters in the, and it says Let's Go on an Adventure. And so I think it's called Pumpkin Passport or something like that. And I had in my mind for years that it was the called for fabric is Barnwood. So I ordered Barnwood. And then I got to looking at it again, and no, it's actually the called for fabric is ale. So whoops, but that's okay. I'll still do it on this. I think it's still going to be pretty, and if I need to lighten up some colors, I will. I'll probably use like a lighter blue for the title. I ordered, like I said, I have Picture This Plus Fabric of the Month Club for the 2020. So I'm looking forward to that. They tell you what colors you're getting ahead of time, which I liked because I don't like taking a gamble. It's kind of fun, but I don't want to end up with a bunch of stuff that I would never stitch on. So I know the first piece that comes in January is Heartland, which is a new color from 2019. So I'm looking forward to that. I ordered a big piece of Dwarf from Picture This Plus. It should be coming at some point. I ordered it during the Cyber Monday sale because I want to do the Christmas Village from Mill Hill, the different buildings on that. And I ordered 2 pieces from Silk Weaver, but I'm having issues. I know some of you probably know of Silk Weaver being very, very slow. And I've ordered from a lot of dyers, and I've never had this experience before. I have 1 piece of Silk Weaver from years ago that I've been stitching on, and I love the fabric. It's beautiful. It's soft. It's like one of my favorite fabrics ever that I've stitched on. And it's linen, but it's like really, really soft lovely linen. Some linen I've stitched on is not terribly soft. But unfortunately, I ordered directly from Silk Weaver back in August. I placed one order in August, and I placed one order in, I think it was October. And in October, I was like, okay, I know I ordered in August. I think I ordered in August because they were having a sale. So anyway, I tried to find my order confirmation. I couldn't find any order confirmation. And so I just sort of like gave up, and I'm like, well, maybe I didn't actually send it through. Maybe I just put it in my cart and I never actually processed it. Sorry. And so I thought like that was that. I didn't think much more about it. And then I ordered this other piece of fabric from them. Not during a sale. I paid full price. Got the automatic order confirmation, and never heard anything else. So the other day, they had a big sale on for the new year, and I thought, well, let me check them out. And then I thought, wait a minute, I gotta look again if I'm sure I ordered in August. So I looked again, and this time I did find my email. I found the order confirmation. It was the same thing I thought I had ordered, and it had gone through. My bank had paid it. I had paid it from my bank. So I emailed them to say, yo, what's up? What's the status? Not trying to make a problem, not asking for my money, just wanting to know, is this going to be shipped like in the near future? I mean, it's been over 4 months. So I'd like to have an update if it's going to be more than that. And I ordered from Fiberlicious at that same time because I wasn't sure which pieces I wanted to use for a project. And the Fiberlicious ones came like very quickly. To put that in perspective, not that they always can, but I expect to wait. They emailed me back and they said they already shipped this. They shipped this months ago. They shipped it right away. So I said, well, okay, but do you have a tracking number? Because I never got it. And their reply was, well, we don't know the tracking number. We'll have to look into it and get back to you. So I'm not real pleased with that customer service. So I don't know. I'll keep you updated. I don't want to talk negatively about them because they make beautiful fabrics, but it is very frustrating. And now I'm kind of like wishing I hadn't placed it second order because now there's another order behind that one by a couple of months. And I'm really regretting that. Okay, now on with the fun stuff. Oh, and I have a fabric coming from Under the Sea Fabrics, which I also love. Leslie's wonderful. Great, I highly recommend. I ordered Icicle, which is a Fabric of the Month club for last year, which I am not in that club yet. But at the end of the year, she makes available all the fabrics from the month, and then the best, most popular ones, she makes them available on her site year-round. So I had my eye on Icicle, and I had to have a piece of that. I also ordered from her earlier during Black Friday weekend, and I ordered like Autumn and Whimsical Winter. So I'm looking forward to seeing those. So I have all those coming, hopefully in the next, I don't know, couple months or whenever. So even if I'm not actively spending, I've got some things to look forward to coming. So Christmas. Did you all have a nice Christmas? We had a pretty good Christmas. It went by so fast. I was not in a Christmas. I just wasn't ready for Christmas. I don't know what it was. We did Christmassy things. It got chilly in Florida. I just was kind of like, blah. And then after Christmas, I was like, okay, now I'm ready for Christmas. So I still have my tree up. I need to take it down this weekend, but I have my tree up and I'm like, I don't want Christmas to go away. My tree is so pretty. I love it so much. I guess I really could leave it up as long as it makes me happy, right? I mean, I normally am like, take that thing down because I don't have a ton of room in my living room and I like it kind of minimized and I like my space, my open space. So I have to kind of wedge this thing in between my bookcase on one wall and my fireplace on another wall. And so it doesn't actually go in the corner. It's like out. So I'm usually ready to have that sucker out of there on the 1st or even before. But this year I want to keep it there. So, oh well. So anyway, for Christmas, it was at my mom's. The kids and I were with Mom. She was so generous, as she always is. She's like giving us like amazing stuff. We got passes to Universal Studios and all sorts of goodies, classes, tuitions paid, and big stockings for my kids. we ate dinner, like lunch, Christmas dinner, and then she comes out after and she's like, this is like hours later. She's like, oh yeah, I had this one little thing left in my room I forgot to give you. It's nothing much, but here you go. Stinker had gone on 1-2-3 stitch, looked at my wish list. This woman knows nothing about stitching. I mean, she's never stitched, I don't think, unless I made her do like a couple stitches when I was a kid or something. She didn't know anything about it. She doesn't follow that. But she found my wish list and she decided to order some things. So she gives me this bag and it had fabrics in it. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. And I was like, you don't understand how big a deal this is. Like, it is a huge deal. This is not one more little thing. This is like everything. So she had this kit, which was on my wish list. So she had added this. This is a Riolis. Is it Riolis or Riolis? It's a Russian designer. So this is lilacs. I don't actually even know if it has the name on here. But I think on 1-2-3 stitch it's just called like lilacs. Anyway, in a base, in a vase, and it comes with all the flosses. A pretty. And I think it's 14 count, which should be fun because I haven't done 14 count in a while. And then she gave me fabrics. So let me show you the fabrics. Some of these are just the smaller pieces that I had on my wish list. But this one is, these are all Picture This Plus again. This is 32 count Lugana with Stellar. The color is Stellar. It's just like a medium blue. 32 count Dwarf linen. One of my favorite colors from Picture This Plus. This is the big piece I have coming in the mail. Now, this looks very similar here, but it's slightly different. Stellar is more of a blue, and Dwarf is more of a grayed, cold blue. And so this one I like for Christmassy, wintry things. So I plan to do the Mill Hill Village on the Dwarf. This one's linen. The other one was Lugana. But one thing I've noticed about Picture This Plus is their color doesn't seem that much more washed out in their Lugana. Any Lugana and even weave that I've gotten from them, the color is like almost as concentrated as it is in their linens, which is nice because I actually prefer even weave. And this is 32 count Belfast linen in Mellow. And this one's a nice big piece. And it's kind of a yellow. Well, not kind of a yellow, it is a yellow. A light yellow, gold, peachy kind of. Yeah, light gold, yellow. I don't know what their official thing is. More Belfast, 32. These are all 32. That's my favorite, if you couldn't tell. This is doubloon. Kind of an old gold look. Nice for like parchment. And then this is 32 count. This is Lugana again in Sprite, which is a nice big piece. And it's like a really pretty purple, pinky purple, I would say. Like a lilac kind of. You can tell. So. Oh, and I also ordered a piece of fabric from Pole Stitches, which is in England, on Etsy. So that's something else I have coming. So that's what I have to show. I've gone over my 30-minute limit, so I'm not going to sit here and ramble forever. Thank you for watching. I look forward to watching all of your stitching and your tips and tricks, as I said in the beginning. And I wish you happy stitching, whether you're starting new things this year or whether you're stitching from stash like I am. Have fun, and hopefully I will see you next month.